It's September 28th, the day after that little confrontation with the kid. Well, I just checked my mail. Here's another one of these bank levy notices as to whether or not it was successful or not. Let's see what it says. Okay, it clearly states no safe box found, no funds available, but it doesn't say account closed. So, and that was received on September the 26th. And that was from the bank levy I filed on September the 4th. That's right, it was right after Labor Day. And so, I filed one this last Tuesday, so that should hit sometime in the next week or two. But no money was snagged this time. Also in today's mail, I get this envelope, and my first thought was, well, I don't recognize the tape with the name printed on it. How much you want to bet it's from my neighbor who, refuses service every time I mail her notification of what's taking place in that courtroom that I'm required to mail her. And this last time, they told me put her address at the top and the bottom, and then that way, no matter what, if she refuses service, it still comes back to her. And the first thing I said is, how much you want to bet I'm going to open it up and find 2 envelopes? 1, 2. Refused. And so, yeah. Gee, at least I forced her to spend 70 cents. Okay, so Saturday's mail was filled with information regarding my next door neighbor. But, as soon as I saw that yellow one, I went, how much you want to bet this is from her sending me back the stuff that, I mailed to her, that I was required to mail to her, that, she keeps doing that send back to sender thing. Wow, she even did one of these tape things, or had a friend do it for her, I don't know which, but, yeah. I'm going to have to, of course, take that to the courthouse and show them that she also refused to not only open the mail that they were telling me I was required to mail to her, but that she went through extra steps to make sure she didn't open it. Decided to go ahead and check the Ventura County Courthouse to see if there's anything there I need to be aware of. And I see that, of course, where is it? Yeah. Okay, so a warrant has been issued against her son and her son's girlfriend. She's just, like I said, I can only hope I don't become that type of person. Yeah, bottom line here, my neighbor is not a nice person. Just looking at the court records will tell you that, right? I mean, my God, there's over 30 cases there. That's a lot of court cases for one woman to entail. But yeah, nobody's sacred. Her kids, people she hires to work for her, her neighbors, no matter her friends, her ex-friends, they become her ex-friends. Yeah, she clearly just, I guess, enjoys drama in her life. She enjoys negativity. She enjoys causing grief, clearly. And she doesn't want to pay anybody any money that she owes money to. But she wants to make sure whoever owes her money, including her own son, that they pay it. Oh, gosh. I guess I should just be grateful that even though I've had to fight with this person all this time, that I will never become, I hope anyway, knock on wood, I will never become as bitter and as nasty and as negative as she is. Yeah, she's just not a nice person. Okay, it's September 30th. That's right, the last day of September. And I'm heading to the courthouse before I head to work. Gonna file I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna try to file for that next appearance and examination hearing. All right, appearance and examination next date will be November the 18th, 2019. Hey, I'm just getting into work here. I'm actually going to be on time. I did manage to file that appearance and examination debtor hearing. It will take place on November the 18th at 9 a.m. at the Simi Valley Courthouse. And hopefully something will get accomplished. I don't know. But I have to return to the courthouse actually tomorrow because the sheriff's office was closed and I got to pay the sheriff another $80. So the appearance and examination, $120, sheriff $80. So that's another $200 towards trying to collect money from my neighbor. Then I went over to the police department and picked up a copy of the police report that I filed last week regarding her having that minor destroy the lighting, 3 times. So on the pole there. So, it may come in handy at a later date. I don't know. But I wanted to make sure I had a copy of it. And I also managed to remail her, once again, the legal required paperwork that I had to mail her. And if she doesn't accept it, and if she mails it back to me, well, at least, as the clerk said, I made the attempt. That's all that matters. Just make a copy of every time she refuses it. So I guess I will. All right, it's October 1st. That's right, it's Tuesday, and I gotta head back over to the sheriff's department to finish doing, I guess, what I was doing yesterday, and of course give them $80 for defendant number 1 and number 2, so that they can be notified that they need to appear on November the 18th at 9 a.m. in courtroom S1. I'm not sure if when I go to the sheriff's department I need to also get another third-party levy or not, because currently there's a brown truck that keeps showing up and unloading stuff and taking it in there. It's either another repair person or another tenant who's staying there in lieu of repairs. I don't know how she works out what she works out over there. I just know that there's always another vehicle hanging out there for, a while and carrying stuff in there. But I also noticed that, I haven't seen her actual vehicle, her Jeep, in the last 2 weeks. And it's possible she may have actually bought another vehicle, which, that's great. I'm sure she needs one. But in the meantime, yeah. Clearly she's got some money, right? She tells her new tenants and friends, what have you, apparently what I've heard her say anyway, is that her neighbor, that would be me, likes to spy on her. She calls it spying, I call it investigating. Okay, it's now been, a couple of days since I had the run-in with the kid she hired to take the lights off the pole. But yeah, see, it looks like she's got a new car, and definitely this vehicle, this truck keeps showing up. So who knows, maybe it's a new tenant, maybe not. Okay, done at the sheriff's once again, yeah. Fork over $80. But hopefully they'll get notified, defendant number 1 and number 2, of their upcoming court date. Yeah, number 2 is going to be hard to find since number 2 is not living there anymore. But hopefully he'll get the message. I'm tired. It's the end of the night. Yeah, I had a long day today. I always have a long day, it seems lately. But anyway, so yeah, I managed to get to the sheriff and give the sheriff more money, $80. And so defendant number 1, number 2 should be notified, although number 2, has not been living there ever since he got kicked out for stealing, supposedly. I just know that he may not get served, but I still got to pay. So that's all I know. And, the total cost here is another $200 because it's $60 per defendant to file for that examination hearing, and then $40 per defendant to be served by the sheriff. So it's $200 I had to shell out again. But as I've been told, even though I'm spending it, it gets billed to her. So hopefully it does. I don't know. I just know that, it was really nice to get that money that was seized, the $620. And, well, it's up to over $2,600 now that my neighbor owes me. And each time I have to do the sheriff or fill out any paperwork, I got to put the money up front, but it gets billed to her. So I'm hoping, somehow somebody can convince her to just enter into a monthly payment plan with me. She ain't going to do it. I know it. I mean, she's hiring people to destroy my property, so, clearly she's not ready to give up the fight. She keeps refusing to read any of the mail I'm required to send to her. She sends it back to me. So, clearly, yeah, she's not ready to put an end to this. So, I guess I'm not either. Yeah, no. I've got the lien on the house, so even if, all these back and forth court and all this other stuff that's going on with her, that lien's, it's there. And if that house ever sells, I'll eventually see the money, supposedly. Oh, and also, I noted that brown truck is there right now, and, it's 10 o'clock at night. It showed back up around, I guess, 7 p.m., something like that, while I was emptying the trash. And I went, so I don't know, maybe it's a tenant, and if so, if that brown truck is still there a week from now, yeah, I'm going to fill out another third-party levy. And yeah, at this point, I don't know if my neighbor got a new vehicle, but I haven't seen her other vehicle. And who knows, maybe it'll show back up like her son's truck did, after being missing for 2 months. Maybe it's getting repaired and she's just got a loaner. I don't know. I just know that she's been using a lot of rent-a-cars, and there's always some other car situation happening over there, so who knows. But if she did buy another car, yeah, I'll find out at that appearance and examination hearing. Okay, so I was at the sheriff's yesterday, and they are there today making the attempt to serve my neighbor and, of course, defendant number 2, her grandson. And, I was just out there doing yard work, so apparently they pulled up after I came inside, but her vehicle is there, so I'm guessing, if nothing else, my neighbor will get served today. Okay, sheriff just left, so my guess is my neighbor did get served, although I'm pretty sure number 2, her grandson, did not get served, but hopefully maybe she told him where to find him. I doubt it, though, So, yeah, definitely heading back into court on November the 18th at 9 a.m. in room S1 for that appearance and examination. I want to know what kind of money you got flowing through your hands, especially after hearing that the grandson supposedly stole $7,000 from her. Not to mention, yeah, I'm seeing new tenants again, and maybe a new car over there that's hers. So apparently she's got some money, and she could get into a monthly payment plan with me. Of course, I'm not positive, 100% positive that the sheriff was there on my behalf. I'll know that when I get confirmation in the mail, because, the sheriff could be there on her behalf because she's trying to have her son arrested. And look who's back. That's right, the kid who destroyed the lighting. Too bad he wasn't there when the sheriff showed up, huh? Just missed him. All right, so today's mail, I got information that, affidavit of unsuccessful service. Basically, that the sheriff I saw, he managed to serve defendant number 1, but not her grandson, defendant number 2, Remy. And it says, due to the fact that defendant number 1 states that he moved out, and there is no forwarding address. So, no matter what, she's still got to show up. Turns out that the new tenant next door, yeah, the one with the brown truck that I've noticed for the last week, apparently he's already catching the flags that he may have made the wrong choice to move in next door. I feel bad for him, but you know, actually he came up the walkway by the car, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" He's like, "Yeah, I just want to introduce myself, and I got a couple of questions." And I'm like, "Okay, no worries." So he told me his name is Rick, and that he recently moved in there, but he knows that there's something not quite right there because she must be a nut. that was his wording. And I said, well, you know, and I told him that I currently have a court case against her, and I'm also doing bank levies, third-party levies, so don't be surprised when the sheriff knocks on the door and introduces himself. And, yeah, he's like going, something is wrong because she just asked me to, you know, paint and do plumbing in lieu of getting to live there. And that, you know, she has restraining orders against all these different people. I'm like, be careful, you'll have one too. So, if you know, I go, if I were you, I would finish painting and move out as quick as possible because really, it's not to your advantage to continue living there. So, at least he told me his name, and yeah, he's already clear on the fact that something's not quite right with the person he is renting a room for. Well, he's not renting it, he's exchanging work in lieu of the room. But as I pointed out, sometimes, you know, it's better to go rent a room instead.